your taxes. And then people say they're going to vote for him? I don't know. So I don't think so. I don't think people know who she is yet. When people, because really people didn't know. You can ask the man on the street. I saw it on one of the shows today. They asked the man on the street, what's the last name of Kamala? Nobody knew. It's Harris. Nobody knew the last name. I don't even use it because nobody knows who I'm talking about. People don't know who she is. She's a radical left socialist. But beyond that, I mean, she's way beyond socialism, who's going to destroy our country. And when they find out, I think you're going to see. But right now, even not knowing her, and with all of the, like the cover of Time magazine, they didn't put a picture. They got a great artist to do it. What was that all about? You know, what was that all about? The whole thing is crazy. I just want to win for the country. Some people say, oh, why don't you be nice? But they're not nice to me. They want to put me in prison, you know, just so you understand. You know, they tell me I should be nice. They want to put me in prison. It's never happened before in the history of our country. I did nothing wrong.
Holito, Tibekeni, Anulai, Enampa, Kamala Imhoff, Shakali, Ashienfaki, Inshalakin, Melika, Ehilisi, Shata, Okla. Kamala Imhoff Kentapoli, Foletan Halisi Picanti.
Want to come in because the courtroom system is so corrupt, both at a federal, state level and a city level. And they put you into an area where you have 3% Republican vote. It's all a rigged deal, just like Fani, F-A-N-I, Fani, with her boyfriend. And I think that's been discredited too. They've been discredited. But think of it, they don't want me to be a little bit nasty. They want to put me in prison, me. They want to put me. It's never happened before in the history of our country. It's happened in third world countries, but it's never happened here. And they're in danger because you create a precedent for doing that. And once that happens, that's a really bad thing. You know, when in the years before, and I've said this a few times, not too much, but with Hillary, she was subpoenaed by Congress to give everything she's got, and she burned it. She acid washed it, bleach pit they call it. She totally scrubbed it, and then they brought hammers with fire. They burned it, and then she said, "I don't have anything." Well, it turned out that she had a lot to give, and everybody said, "Lock her up, lock her up." And I used to go easy, just easy, easy. Then we won. And I said, wouldn't it be terrible? And you know, I lose, some people are upset when I did this, but you have to look at it maybe differently now. I say, wouldn't it be terrible to put the wife of the president, former president of the United States, into a prison? Now think of that. Hillary Clinton, she was Secretary of State. She was the wife of a president of the United States who used to be a friend of mine before I ran for politics. He was a friend of mine. He used to play my golf course all the time. I have a great golf course right next to their home in Westchester. He used to be there all the time. It was his favorite course. But you know what? I could have done that very easily. She was so guilty. And I said to my people, wouldn't it be terrible to take, and we won the election, wouldn't it be terrible to take a former Secretary of State who was the wife of the President of the United States and put her into a prison? But that's what they want to do with me. And I did nothing wrong. It's all.
Mumaya, Chelo, Shati Ishk, Upaliki, Kamala Imhoff, Harris, Ishta Yopili, Ahashi, Tancho, Igbi, Wayo, Wayechi, Hakshaku, Tubo, Kenyan, Iwaya, Janu, Ishyapala, O Polu, Donald Trump.
A city council office. I'm the leading candidate to be president. I won virtually unanimously, and I beat everybody. It was the quickest primary in history. There's never been one that was done so early. I had people that were very talented people, and I beat them by 45, 50, 60, 70, 80 points. There was never a close race. Nobody was even close. Good talent. They weren't close. And I'm running against the Democrats. So it's a two-party system, whether we like it or not. Republican, I'm the Republican, and I'm leading. But let's say I'm tied, but I'm leading. I believe I'm leading by a lot more than people think, and I believe we'll be leading by a lot more. And I have a judge who put a gag order on me. So when you ask me a question, or when you ask me a question, I can't give you an answer, because if I give the answer, they want to put you in jail. He said, we'll put him beyond the gag order. And this is in a state where unfortunately, the laws have been very bad, and they haven't been upheld by the appellate divisions generally. Although I have one case where we a certain judge, I won't use names, but the Attorney General case where we won 5 appeals on the same case, the most ever trial. It was a ridiculous.
Imishku Imisa, Hektu Impana, Eshki Judge, Aluhachi, Ishki Achan, Eshkianan, Eskaluhachi, Eskianan, Alupi, Alhapakasi, Alhushi, Hiski, Donald Trump, Alup, Lapia, Walasha, Wekin, Pektia, Anupa, Pule, Akili, Ishk Laluki.
Interference with a presidential election at a state level, and it's a state that always goes Democrat. It's interference, and as you know, the Supreme Court ruled recently on, I'm immune from all of this stuff that they charged me with. But isn't it a terrible thing? And yet Hillary Clinton, when it came time to make a decision, I said, I don't want to put the wife of the President of the United States in prison. I want the country to come together and to be unified. And here it is a few years later, and these people say, let's put him, why? Because I want to challenge an election or some other reason. It's a really disgraceful thing. It's a shame.
Flam flam, pikiki tekaka.
Ball rolling. Once they started rolling, that's a nasty ball. Yes, please. Please.
Environmental change.
Sure. I think that we've done very well. I think that we're hitting a nerve. I think this is a different kind of a race. All we have to do is define our opponent as being a communist or a socialist or somebody that's going to destroy our country. I fought Nikki very hard. I beat her in her own state by legendary numbers. And I get along with her fine. I appreciate that she endorsed me and all of that. No. I think relatively to what they're doing and how radical they are and how, in many ways, how sick they are, I think I'm doing a very calm campaign. I mean, we're here. There's no shouting. Now, you'll say he ranted and raved, and not you, but some of you will say he ranted and raved. I didn't rant and rave. I'm a very calm person, believe it or not. If I wasn't, I probably wouldn't be around anymore, Probably wouldn't be around. But no, I think I have to do it my way. I ran against her, and I did it my way. People said
Ishti honey, ishti naleki, kiwa lekwi, ishti atekli epu, atali lakufeki. Ik fire, ifi kafishi, Italy kapu, kashi kashafi, ekuzi nentik. Kisenen alishifa kashiko.
and that will drive up prices. She wants no fracking. Now, she may go and change that. I think she's already changed it. But she wants to have no fracking. No fracking. But for her whole life, she said that. No fracking. Then about, I don't know when, a couple of months ago, all of a sudden, when she started looking at polls, remember this, she all of a sudden says fracking. I don't think I won Pennsylvania, and I did much better the second time. I won it in 2016, did much better the second time. I know Pennsylvania very well. I don't think there's any way in hell that somebody that's intelligent living in Pennsylvania is going to vote for somebody that basically will eventually end fracking, end fossil fuel. So whether it's Oklahoma or Texas or Pennsylvania, it's a big energy state. People don't realize that 350,000 people work in that industry. But maybe more importantly, they don't want to pay.
Yo Pekiko Atulikin Al Hataba Anuli Endi Halashalina Potan Hoteni Filam Poshika Manu Kastani Atayuka Kaya Hatagluna Falipichi Moapa Menshika Maluku Aluhakin Akinini Akastakini Amici Ik Hana.
So that energy is going to support our new system for AI and all of the other modern things that need massive amounts and energy, massive. So it's a very good question, actually. But we have to unify as a country. We have to come together, and I think we can. You know, I get that question oftentimes, and I used to think maybe there's no way because, you know, some people want a border, some people don't want a border. Most people do want a border. But there's such a difference in people. But just before COVID coming out, so 3 years, we went a long period of time, and we had an economy going the likes of which no country had ever seen. I would agree. There's never been anything like it. And people were coming together. People were calling me I would call them radical left, but I would say very liberal people, very progressive people. They came to me. We would like to get together. In fact, we worked out criminal justice reform. I was the only one that could have done that. I won criminal justice reform, and I got that for black leaders that came to see me. Criminal justice reform. Obama.
Pokankaki Mashalu Batidi Bakan Fietes Mieliki Halakapu Mobili Aniani Kanchia Aumichi Aunigifili Amahu Kankaki Po Alatu Katia
Were not seeable. That I wouldn't want to see them, and they wouldn't want to see me. All of a sudden, I was having lunch with people that, if I told you who they were, you wouldn't even believe it. Our country was coming together. Success was bringing our country together, and it can be done. Success will bring our country together again. It can be done. It was an amazing phenomenon, and I used to say, I don't know, it's awfully tough to get it together. I've never seen anything like it. Like, for instance, me getting criminal justice reform done. And I did that with Democrats and some very conservative Republicans who said it's very unfair where people are staying in jail for 35, 40 years. And today they wouldn't even be charged with a crime for what they did. And we got it done, and I was very proud of it. But our country was coming together. The black population had the best numbers they've ever had on jobs, on income, on everything. The Hispanic population had the best numbers. Asian, men, women, young people with diplomas from the best schools, Harvard, MIT, the Wharton School of Finance, they're all coming together.